Hello everybody, Keith here again. The November What's in Bloom video. Things have really changed since the October one. It's much colder. It got down to 15 degrees in here last night. And we're really not at the coldest part of the year, so I'm going to have to start thinking very carefully about which plants stay in here. There's a few more warmer ones that will need to be moved to other parts of the house. There may be some that can come back down into here that'll happily stand that. Not so many flowers now. It's nearly all Phalaenopsis. The next month I think should be considerably different. I've got a number of nobly type dendrobiums either in nub or coming into flower. And there's my red twinkle, but then again we all know how long twinkles can take to open any flowers once the spikes have started to emerge, but we shall see. Anyway, let's make a start. Right, Zygonissia Rhine Blue Angel. As I'm sure you can see, the flowers have very nearly gone. This spike dropped its last flowers this morning. I've cut a couple of spikes off already, so we won't see this one again for a bit. It's doing very well for me. It's for a zygote type, it's about as easy as it comes to growing, and we've already got a new growth that's moving quite nicely. In fact, there's another one just emerged over here on this side of the plant, which is an area which hasn't put new growths up before, which is interesting. So yeah, one just to say farewell to that's done remarkably well. I can't tell you how thrilled I am with this, how much it's flowered this time. He had spikes coming out of here, there and everywhere. I couldn't believe what I was seeing at times. So we'll have to just now wait for a few months, and then see what it comes back with. My no ID Sicto cheese. When I did my short video the other day, I said I thought it might already be over. It's not, but the flowers are starting to fade. The yellowish colour in the background is starting to get a little bit muddy. The stem shows no real signs of browning off yet, so it might be there for a few days. But I've got to say it's already lasted longer off this cane than it did off the previous one, but then again the cane is far bigger. And as I said on the short one, this gave me a lot of pleasure a week ago when I took it to the East Midlands Orchid Society, really because it was they're uncommon. And it got a lot of praise, which surprised me, delighted me as you might imagine, but it surprised me no end. But it's such a shame they only flower for a shortish time, because they're an interesting looking orchid. So yeah, I'm going to have to hope that it will do what. I'll say how long, still a very long-standing member, Max, said, who used to have the National Collection of Catasetums, that having got a cane this much bigger this year, I really ought to hope for one at least as big, if not bigger, next year, and who knows where we go from there. So the sick no cheese, and another one I don't think we shall see that next year. So last year it was about 2 weeks and it was all over and done with. This year it might be 3, but I don't think it's going to last an awful lot longer than that. Now here's one that hasn't done anything like as well this year. This is Dendrobium Oligophilum. We've got one little flower, we've had many more than that other years. I think it didn't help that I repotted it, and I was told that they absolutely hate to be repotted. It was done in April. And it obviously it's thrown a bit of a wobbler. Things have not grown well, but we have got one new growth at least in there, so we can only keep my fingers crossed that this will recover and do a bit better next year. There's something not been right with the hydration because we've got deformed leaves, which you don't often see on dendrobiums, and you've got them on this. It's sort of oncidium type pleating on the leaves. So that's one to keep a better eye on, I think. But as I say, we've got a new growth I can see, so there is hope. Mini Mark, again, I shouldn't be ungrateful, should I really? I mean, this thing's in spike. It's been flowering for ages. I cut the old one set of spikes off and it threw some more up. It has put a couple of new leaves up, not wonderful leaves, but it's put some new leaves up this year, and we've got lots of roots. And I say we've got this going, and then yesterday, what do I see? There's another spike coming right up from the bottom of the plant. So this is going to be flowering for... Oh, and another one. Oh, ye gods. There's another one in here. I don't know whether you're going to catch that, but there's another one down in that one there. That is insane. It must be happy, but... oh, what else can you say? It just wants to keep flowering. Another one that doesn't really know when to start flowering. I think it's beginning to slow down a little bit now. This is the one that somebody identified as Fuller's Sunset Golden Sun. As far as I can see, we haven't got any more spikes showing. There's only a few more buds left on that spike, so hopefully when that spike finishes, we shall get some more growth. We've got lots of roots, and we've had some new leaves as well. So I think that's doing all right. That's not doing too bad at all. Now some no IDs. This one been flowering for a very long time now. It's a little beauty. Just a little no ID. Bought years ago because it was pretty. And there's worse reasons for buying plants than that, as I'm sure you'll agree. We've got quite a lot of buds still to come. We've got a branch which is flowering, we've got the main stem which is flowering. So this is going to be with us for a little while yet. One that's reappeared since the last video, this is another no ID. This is the one that I got in Salisbury, Marks and Spencer's in Salisbury, when we were down there for the Bournemouth Society 60th anniversary show, whatever, 50th or 60th anniversary show 2 or 3 years ago. It really is an amazing plant. It just keeps going and going and going and going. Again, we've got not just the main stem, you've already got two branches off this one. I think that's fairly unusual for one of mine. And it's put another spike up as well. So what else could you ask for apart from a scent, which it doesn't have? I think that is one of the prettiest of all my phals. I like the small ones, the ones with the slightly simpler flowers, you might say. I can do with things like Pink Twilight that are big, bold and a bit brassy, but I actually like the slightly simpler ones, and I love that. Finally, one that you're not going to see at its best because it only opened, started to open yesterday. I don't know whether you can see it any better if I put my hand behind it. Yeah, it's slightly altered the exposure. This is one I call Tesco Purple because it's purple and I bought it at Tesco. But it hasn't flowered again since that first, it had been in bloom when I bought it. It really hasn't done anything very much at all until this year. So the fact that this spike is not a particularly good one, we've got another 4 buds to come. Doesn't look like we're going to get any more, so no more than 5. That will do me. I haven't seen a flower on this for 2.5 years. So you'll see this to better advantage next month, I hope. But seeing this one again, I'd almost despaired of it ever doing anything at all. You might, as I say, it's got, just looking at it to try and describe it, because you won't see it terribly well. It's basically solid purple. The back is quite nice in its own right, with sort of greenish veinings. But the basic thing is purple. You've got some orangey yellow speckling on the base of the lip, and the nose of the cap is white. It's really rather nice. Anyway, that's it for November. That's all we've got. Thank you for watching. I hope you found it interesting, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye.